It's Terry on 6TLU. Today, we are going to open and inspect a Johnson Ranger 2 that was recently purchased off eBay. Condition was listed as dead. Guy got a really good deal on it, but the question is it a deal or no deal? Let's see. First, we need to see if it's really dead. I inspected the transmitter and I noticed one of the fuses were missing from the plug. Could it be that easy? So we're going to plug into my Variac. I'm looking at current. There, it's about 60 volts applied. She's pulling current. So no, it's not dead. So let's just give it a look over. Now keep in mind, guys, I have not pulled this Ranger out of the case. No fooling. I have not done it yet. Okay? I noticed that the VFO turns, but it's pretty stiff. Should be a lot easier than that. It's more likely the vernier itself needs to be cleaned and lubed. All the switches seem to operate fine, but the operate switch really got my attention. Look at that knob. See how high it is on the lettering above? It looks like it's shifted up. And then if you look real close, underneath the knob, you can see a gap. That's the original hole. For some reason, when this switch was installed, whether before or after somebody got hold of it, it didn't line up. So that's kind of spooky. It has the right amount of positions, but I wonder what kind of a surprise we're going to see inside on that. Let's take a look around the back. Okay, here's the back side of the Ranger. I've already taken out all the hardware, so no, that was not missing. You don't see any butchered up holes, which is a really nice thing, but look at the shorting plug on the rear. It's got a toggle switch on it. That's pretty interesting. All right, enough of the outside. Let's pull it out of the cabinet. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. What is inside of this Ranger? I haven't seen it either. Maybe good news, maybe bad. I see some duct tape on the top of the VFO. That's interesting. Here she is. Alright, get that cabinet out of the way. Well, we'll do a flyover of the chassis. It has the 7027 modulator tubes installed. Like I say, there is a piece of duct tape on the top of the VFO, but the alarming thing is, if you look in that hole, there is a variable cap that's been added. So that started another mystery, because I found this crystal installed, and it is a 6.3 megahertz crystal. Yep, I betcha this thing's been converted for 11 meters. That'd probably answer a lot of this. Here's the 6146, gigantic coupling cap there. Let's see what the original should look like and get that out of there. But then we get over here into the other side of the VFO and the Kia platform. Look what we got going on here. Some gigantic caps hanging out in the breeze. They solid stated the 6AL5. There's this magic ground wire that they went into the VFO cage with. I'm wondering if that's part of this nifty conversion. I'll have to pull the VFO apart to see what's going on there. And then remember that switch I was telling you, the operate switch. It appears to be the original. So I wonder why it didn't line up. It turns freely. I really don't know what's happening there. They solid stated the high voltage rectifier and the 6AX5, I think it was, rectifier tube. So yeah, it's been a lot going on up here. I bet you see worse underside. I just had to cut and show you guys this. I pulled off that duct tape. Look what was underneath. Somebody pulled out the aluminum machine gun. Okay, you ready? Tip her up. Here Here comes bottom side. Oh yeah. This looks interesting. Alright, we'll start down here in the power supply area. You see underneath this tape, got a string of capacitors. They're all 220 microfarads. There's 3 of those in series with dropping resistors. Normally, you would see the high voltage cap up here, but nope, they moved it down here. And when they did that, what was in that place originally was supposed to be the modulation idle adjust resistor. So it was in the screen circuit. It's a big 20K 50 watt resistor. It's gone. So more than likely, somebody converted this thing over direct to just negative bias for adjusting the modulator, which really doesn't work out too good with a Ranger. There's been a lot of caps up here replaced. Interstage transformers concerning. It's in there bent. I don't think that came out of a Ranger. I believe that came out of a Viking 2. Looks like there's been some other work done, some resistors replaced. But of course the most concerning thing is, has this been converted to 11 meters? I bet you that answer is yes. When I opened up the Ranger, I was hoping to see the pop rivets on the tube sockets indicating a factory built unit. That would have increased its value. But unfortunately it is a kit. There has been a lot of cobbling and little mods done that all have to be investigated and reversed to try to get this thing back to original. The function switch is still a mystery. I looked at it pretty close and it does look to be the original function switch. The only thing I can think is somebody replaced it and the bracket came out of some other transmitter, so the height is off, because that function switch looks like it's too high off the chassis. The only way that I can really start this process is to take off the front panel so I can get the VFO cage out, inspect this function switch, start removing things, and go to the print and get her back where it belongs. So deal or no deal? I don't know.